smart viewers. Welcome to Face to Face with me, William Grinaldi, and as always, I'm gonna discuss about several, variously interesting topics. And for this episode, I'm gonna discuss about, something it's quite a habitual, thing. It's related to cooking. So I'm gonna invite a guest who is related to, passionate about cooking. But first, for the first segment, I'm gonna give out some, really interesting discussion, topics about best foods in Indonesia. Yeah, and so maybe will be, made well known for, the world. But, let's discuss about the first best foods in Indonesia, which is the first one is Indonesian satay. Yeah. So satay is meat skewers that are cooked over coals, and this juicy skewers is usually served with rice cakes, with peanut sauce poured all over satay. So it is a national dish conceived by street vendors and has been one of the most celebrated food in Indonesia. So it is practically everywhere and highly addictive. Yeah. So the second one will probably best well known as the most delicious food in the world. Yes, it's called beef rendang. Yeah. So the second one is beef rendang. So this dish is originated from Padang, Sumatra. So Padang food is famous for its spiciness and richness in flavor. So definitely have to try beef rendang. So it is somehow similar to beef curry, but without the broth. So we get to appreciate this dish because it takes forever to cook to get that tenderness out of the beef. So you should try this beef rendang. And the third one is probably it's so sinful that we cannot help by be sadist with it, which is instant noodle from Indonesia. Yeah. So it costs merely around like 25 cents, and you get a quick and satisfying snack. So it is none other than our very own Indonesian instant noodle. So with so many flavors, you'll be left with more than enough choices. Yeah. So I cannot think of anyone who has ever has not tried every single flavor that are available out there. So try to give it a taste to get the real Indonesian taste. Yes. So the fourth one is nasi uduk. Nah, nasi uduk is this aromatic dish is also one of Indonesia's national dish. So the meal revolves around rice cooked in coconut milk. So it's quite similar to nasi lemak from Malaysia, but the difference is that nasi uduk is usually served with fried chicken, tempeh, soybean cake, shredded omelette, fried onion, anchovies, and topped with sambal and emping, yeah, which is melinjo nut crackers. So you definitely cannot live out the chili, the sambal for nasi uduk, so is popular among lunchtime crowds. The fifth one is sweet martabak. So it is quite a favorite dessert for Indonesian. Yeah. So it is an Indonesian version of pancake. So the interesting is that martabak is only sold in the evenings. So people can choose mixed fillings from chocolate, cheese, and peanuts, and even there are unthinkable top fillings for sweet martabak. And the last one is fried rice. So it actually doesn't need any further introduction. So Indonesian fried rice and its reputation has taken the world by storm. So literally everyone has tried fried rice and at some point in their life, and it's most versatile dish out there. You can mix it with veggies, chicken, beef, or whatever you can think of, and you can garnish that with pickles. You can sort of mix it up. So those are the best Indonesian foods in Indonesia. Yes. So for the next segment, I'm going to invite special guest, which is related to our topic for today, which is cooking. So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned on Face to Face. Hello, smart viewers. Welcome back to Face to Face. I'm William Rinaldi still, and for this segment, as I promised, I'm gonna invite a special guest for today's episode, and it's related to cooking, yeah, which is the topic for today. And without further ado, here it is. Yeah, hello.
Hi
Hello.
all.
Maybe you can
Hello.
briefly introduce yourself so
All
the smart
right.
viewers can get to know you better.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Hi, smart viewers. My name is Putri Habibie, and I am a passionate home cook
Oh, yeah.
from Jakarta, Indonesia.
Music.
From Venus also.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
from Venus, yeah. And maybe you can share about what what you've been busy lately.
What I've been busy lately? Well, basically, I'm a student. I'm still a student at Venus Business School.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
taking the Masters for Creative Marketing there. Since last year, I will be graduating next month. Let's hope so. And then, aside from being a student, I am also a lecturer. I teach cooking. I have this small private cooking school called Lady Bake Cooking Class, where I teach people which has various backgrounds, and not also women but also men, not only ibu rumah tangga but also singers, doctors, and all that. So it's exciting.
Yeah, from various professions.
Yeah, various
who
professions.
share the same interests,
Yeah,
which is cooking.
because we all eat, right?
Yeah, it's a basic need. Yeah. So maybe you can, maybe you can share about, how you got interested in cooking first of all.
How do I get interested in cooking at first? Basically, because I like to eat, as you can see. Yeah, and I developed this love on cooking since I was little. 90s kids would probably know. At Sunday, we would watch Ibu Siska Suitomo with her show in Indosiar.
yeah,
If you know,
cooking show,
she
yeah.
would cook and then present her food on TV. It inspires me a lot to cook. And when I was little, I would take leaves that went down from trees and then cut it and then act as if I'm her presenting my food in front of TV. I guess it started from there, and then I read magazine. Magazine used to have recipes on the back of the pages, and then I follow the recipe and I make the food. My family always says that the food came out great. I don't know if it's true though, but they always say that. So that it develops my self-esteem. So I keep on cooking at the point where I was actually good at it.
Yeah. So you share about how you got interested in cooking, and then how maybe you could share how you develop skills in cooking.
Skills, cooking skills will develop if you cook every day, your skill would be more significantly higher, and you will produce much more yummy food each day. I encouraged people to be able to cook because it's one of the survival skills. I mean, wherever you are, if you can cook, then you can eat healthier, right? It's not always ramen all day. You can buy produce and then you go home and then you cook your own food. So the cooking skills itself, it has a significant relation towards your health. So I encourage them to cook. Yeah.
Because what you are, what you eat.
Yes.
And
I eat noodles and lots of goodies.
Yeah. And we could also share about, maybe what's your favorite dish, or what you are regularly cook every day? Is it different, or how you try to mix it up, or what?
My favorite, I have top four my favorite food in the world. The best food, according to me, in the world is nasi padang, right? The second one is Manado's dish, you know, the wok-wok, rica-rica, and all good. And the third one is haka-haka bento.
Oh yeah, okay.
And then the fourth one is Japanese, so you have to differentiate in haka-haka bento and Japanese because they're that good. But in my teaching, in my classes, I teach various menus, not only like Indonesian food, but also Western, Japanese, Korean, and so on. I give out a list of menus so that people could choose which one they like according to their needs.
Oh, is there any like special special expertise, like maybe Western foods are considered to be, you know, easier than you know, like Asian food?
Western food is definitely easier than Indonesian food. Indonesian food is complicated and has lots of rempah, herbs and all,
spices and all. Yeah.
And it's more bold. When Western food is acceptable for beginners, and my target market is beginners, so yeah, a lot of them choose Western instead of Indonesian because it's easier.
Yeah. And we can also share about, you know, you say that you started this cooking school, you know, maybe you can share about how you established that, what is in the process.
Okay. I started off selling brownies, selling cakes online, and then I have this urge and belief that whatever you do, your knowledge, your talent should be, if people should benefit a lot from it, not only yourself. So I started thinking, how can people get positive impacts from my cooking talents? I figured I teach them. I started off with my friends, and then I promoted online, and then got, like people started to come in, and it's how that started. That urge to be, you know, so people can gain a lot of positive impacts from you. That's how I start. I want to be that positive impact for people,
so that they can like gain some specific skills.
Yes.
Also, yeah.
Not only
just
skills,
enjoying your food.
Yeah.
Your food.
Not only is it yummy, it also gives them a lot of benefits, monetary benefits. They learn, and then they can sell it online and have their own economical benefit from it, and they can also cook for their children, their husbands, family, and then they gain a lot of more benefits from it. So it's all about sharing, you know.
Yeah,
like it's not always about the business, you know, the monetary benefits that business brings, but also how happy I feel when I know that this student receive lots of positive energy and benefits from what they learn from me.
Oh, yeah. So the conversation is getting more interesting, but we're gonna have to take a break. So stay tuned still on Face to Face. Hello, smart viewers. Welcome back to Face with me, William Grinaldi, and our special guest for today. Hello, yeah, and as we continue our discussion about, you know, passion in cooking, and maybe you can also share about, you know, what are the most challenging moments, or you know, like as you face when in the process of, you know, like cooking and try to establish your course, you know, this cooking school.
Challenging moments. The challenging moments in a business is, of course, when you first come out and you first try to promote your business. Since there are a lot of competitors that has a lot of money, it was hard for me at first to establish mine with such small, you know, promotional budget thing and all. So I got help from my friends who are celebrities
in
nowadays,
public,
yeah.
yes,
And then
yeah.
I give them a free class, and they would promote me on their Instagram and all. It helps me a lot. So the hardest part is that how you
How you try
grow
to
your
market,
business,
yeah.
in such a crowded industry. Food is crowded.
Oh,
Yeah.
and here we have some of photos we can discuss about your activities. Yeah, we can take a look, and we can share about this activity.
Yes, I would go to houses to teach. So not only they would come to my house to study, but I can also come to their house to teach them. And the first photo is Alice Noreen. She's an old friend, also a celebrity these days. She learned how to make food for her baby-friendly nibbles.
Oh, yeah.
So that would be nugget tempe and so on. And below there's Mbak Ashanti and Aurel. She's also a friend from business school.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she was, one batch with me.
So cooking, basically.
Yeah, she learned how to make lasagnas, roast chicken. Aurel and Ashanti's menus are more communal because her family is big, so they choose menus that are, big portions. These are me singing because I also sing in a band, in a rock band called Tuan dan Putri, and this is me singing.
You can share about this activity, like singing and...
Yes, I started off as a singer.
Oh.
Yeah, since I was little. And then I thought that it would be nice to not have my music being controlled by anyone. If you live from the music, of course you have to
try to adjust.
Yes, adjust to the market and all.
Yeah.
I don't want that, so I choose to find income from other things. So I still do my music now and then.
Oh, yeah. And the next photo? Yeah, we can share about this photo.
I have this YouTube account, new YouTube account, Putri Habibie, and I have this segment called Masak di Rumah Putri, where I invite my friends to cook. This is Cindy Devani. She's a YouTuber. She and I cooked pan-fried chicken steak.
Oh,
yes, the video will be uploaded soon, so subscribe.
Yeah. And the next photo? Yeah, you can share about
the left
this
is
photo.
me with my cousin and my grandfather having dinner. He's a very inspirational figure in Indonesia. Yeah, I respect him a lot, and yeah, he's a great guy. What do you want to know?
What about the next one? The other photo,
one
like
is
cooking,
me. Yeah,
bake cookies.
This is me in my friend's Dita Sudarjo's house. We like to bake a lot, so we bake cookies, low-fat cookies, and then we sell them for charity.
Oh.
Yeah, this photo is that.
So the next photo?
Yay! Nowadays, I like to work with kids.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
I teach them how to make homemade cheese. Can you make cheese at home? No?
No.
I think we should make a segment, a cooking segment here in Binus TV. Yes.
Try to make cheese from
scratch, from only milk.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah. Oh.
And they were so happy.
Oh.
And cooking also increases their judgment towards food, so they can be more wiser in choosing food at school if they are they know how to cook. Yeah.
So they are more conscious about what they eat.
Yeah, they are more conscious and wise.
Yeah, and
they know how
food
to
selections.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they don't eat cireng all day.
Yeah. And maybe you can share about what is the importance of home cooking and how to have some basic skills on having basic skills on food.
Yeah, having basic skills on cooking is very, very important. Not only you can gain a lot more nutrients, of course, it's more healthy, it's healthier, it's cleaner, of course, and it is cheaper. You can save a lot by cooking at home. you know, when you go out, and nowadays 100K is like what, for one person,
Yeah,
two person only, when in fact if you go to pasar and then you spend 100K, you can gain
feed
food
a whole
for
family.
like 4 days. So it's more efficient, and it's, you know, it's budget saving. So it also makes you more independent, you know, when you go outside, and you know, a lot of teenagers are more likely to go abroad for school, right?
Yeah.
And if they can cook, they can provide themselves with food that is healthy, and you know, not ramen every day.
Yeah.
They can still be fit, even though they are alone and no mba at their houses, right?
And maybe you can also share about like specific tips for, you know, for busy office worker, or maybe like college students, maybe if they are like have, you know, like tight activities, and what are your suggestions on
My
cooking?
suggestion is for them to make pre-cooked meal, and then
yeah.
they can always like microwave it or reheat it. Yeah, so they can bring it from home and then to work, so they don't have to spend as much at work. Yeah, maybe they can bring the you know, side dishes from home, and then the rice they would buy, and that saves a lot.
Yeah.
And it's more nutritious and clean.
So you save a lot and you gain nutrition.
Yes, but saving a lot of money is the most
the most
the priority,
the most important factor.
Yes.
And also yeah, you talk about, you know, like passion in cooking. Is there any like balance, like which do you prefer? Like you prefer to bake, or you prefer to like more into like food or beverage?
Oh, I think all of them, yeah.
Oh yeah,
I like
you
to
try
cook,
to
I like
just
to
cover
bake,
all
I
of
like
them.
to make beverages and all, yeah. The most fun part is when you got friends over and you get to cook for them, and then you promote yourself, and then they would buy the next day. Yes.
So it's also a good marketing.
Yes, you bring people over, they try. Marketing strategy.
What are your thoughts about, you know, like you know, this growing industry, you know, food, you know, culinary industry, and in Indonesia specifically?
The food industry in Indonesia is going great with the help from digital marketing. Each person has their own stage, Instagram. Their own Instagram account could be their little stage where they can promote, they can say what they want, and people would hear. So that as a home cook, anyone could make something and then sell it, so the market goes bigger. One person can create their own economical ecosystem, you know, from only their skills and their stage, Instagram and Facebook, and they would get profits from it. So the market is so much bigger now because everybody can sell.
Oh, yeah,
Everybody can cook, and I encourage that.
Yeah, and also talk about, you know, the importance of social media.
Yes. You know, celebgram is now a profession, right? Because it is that significant, affecting it. The effect towards our economy is very significant.
Not only from like you know, arts, but now it's like in culinary art.
Yes, culinary art, baristas, coffee, and all. You know, everyone can promote, can highlight what they do. So yeah, it is very exciting, and it opens up a lot of new market as well.
Oh, so we've come to the end of the show. Maybe you have some thoughts, or, you know, like motivations about, you know, people, smart viewers who are, you know, try to, you know, encourage them, you know, to start cooking, or to be, you know, to have
of course,
this skill.
I encourage you all to start cooking, but foremost, I encourage you all to speak up your mind and to be useful for others, you know, to spread your knowledge, share what you can, you know, your positive talents, you can share that, so people would benefit a lot from what you have. Also, give a lot, you know, give back.
Okay, so thank you so much, Putri.
Thank you so much, Will.
For
Thank you so
joining.
much, smart viewer.
Yeah. So, smart viewers, thank you so much for watching this show. I hope that by this episode, maybe you're interested in cooking. You can, try to encourage yourself to be more independent and try to increase your skills. So until then, I'll see you next time on another episode of Face to Face. Bye bye.